Hello, and welcome to the August 26th stream of Skin Deep Development. I am Brendan Chun, and today we're going to start by looking at what we worked on last time. So, last time we were working on the health system, and what we're doing is we're trying to figure out what does a player do when they have a bullet wound. And right now, here's how it looks and sounds. So they get a bullet wound, and then they go here to the menu, they select heal bullet wound, and it throws a little chunk of a thing that you pluck out of your body. Let's see if we can make that little squishy noise a little bit louder. It's a little bit quiet right now. Impact gut. And we're gonna make the volume and then crank it up a little bit. See if that helps. Yeah. Sounds good. And we also want to, I think it might work better if the bullet that you pluck out of you, instead of making a metal sound, we give it a squishy sound when it hits the ground. So let's try that out. Sound bounce, impact gut. And let's give that a shot. That's kind of nasty. It sounds like you're pulling out an internal organ now. Yeah, I don't know. I would love it if it was like somewhere between those two things, but I kind of don't want to make a special sound effect just for this one thing. Alright, we'll leave it the way it was. Let's test it again. Let's bother this person. Oh. Alright, feels pretty good. Cool. Alright, so a few things. Right now it's not hooked up to the actual system. Like it doesn't decrease your wounds right now. So, let's see. What's the best way to do that? Okay, player definition file. Here's the animation. So I feel we want to trigger the health healing effect somewhere during the middle of the animation. I think that'll feel the best. Let's take a look at the animation and see what frame we want to do it. Brax2 says, if somebody plucked bullets out of their body and threw them at me, I'd probably make a point of ignoring them also. Yeah. I would probably just, it would be too awkward to respond to that, I think. I'm not sure I would know what to do if someone plucked a bloody bullet out of their body and threw it at me. Pluck. Okay, so round frame. You know, frame 21, 22, around there. Okay, so around frame, let me make a little comment here. Frame, let's say 21 for now. So around frame 21, we want to actually remove the wound. What's the best way of doing this? Oh, I mean, I guess we could just make a custom event here. I wonder if we can make a generic animation event that we can use for a bunch of different wounds. Yeah, let's see if we can make a more generic system that we can reuse over and over again. Okay, so right here we have a thing called bullet pluck. I'm gonna refer back to that. Or actually, before I do any major changes in code, let's check in what we got. Just in case this blows up in our face. Okay. Working on bullet system. Okay. Good. All right. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Else if token equals bullet block, token equals we'll call it heal wound. Okay. Looks good. Then go here. Let's see, heal wound. Yep. Let me go here. So we're just hooking up all the systems together right now. Do that, and this requires a fair amount of setting things up before we see any fun stuff. What is this? Okay, ignore that. Okay, we should be able to compile it now. Let's see if that works. Peace Duster says, hi, I like the attention to detail in Quadrilateral Cowboy with a soap dispenser eventually running out of soap. Wow, I can't believe you discovered that. That's really cool. I think the number of... So there's a little soap dispenser in Quadrilateral Cowboy, and you push the little plunger thing and soap squirts out. And I think it runs out of soap around like pump number 100 or something like that. So it's cool that you found that out. I'm not sure if I've ever actually tested that. I don't know if I've ever pumped it 100 times. Okay, are we missing something? We are missing something. What are we missing? Hmm. Is it not? Oh, right. I forgot to put it in here. Hmm. Wait. Why is this search thing not finding this instance in this header file? Why are you not working? It's not good. I don't. Yeah, that's really weird and a little bit disturbing. As far as search, if we can't find things in our files, it's gonna make our lives pretty difficult. Am I just missing a weird option in here? Entire solution. Search for bullet plug. Look at these kinds of files. Have I just gone bananas? Why is it not showing up in this list? Is it case sensitive? No. Entire solution, including external items. Oh, okay. All right, I had the wrong. All right, that's gonna. Oh, sure. So entire solution is not what you want. You want entire solution, including external items, and that will include the header files. All right, fine. Mystery solved. Cool. All right, FC heal wound. Yeah, let's try to compile that. Peace Duster says, I think it was lower than 100, maybe about 30 or so. Okay. I guess I made it more reasonable for people to find that thing then. Yeah. I would definitely plunge a soap plunger 30 times. Yeah, I'd be all over that. All right, let me get some more water. Be right back. Okay. One fun fact about that little soap dispenser thing is it squirts out soap that glows in the dark. And the reason why the label of the soap dispenser says glow in the dark was because I could not find a way to have it not glow in the dark. Because the way the decal system works, I couldn't quite make a decal that was bright green but also didn't glow in the dark. That's why the thing says it glows in the dark. It's a special soap thing to make it look more intentional. Alright, why is this not working? AI heal. Where are you getting declared? Aha! Okay. AI heal wound. Let's try this now. Okay, so with this, we're gonna try to send a parameter with the animation event. and it'll tell the game which wound we want to heal. Yeah, that should, well, we'll see if it works. I'm not sure if I've sent a parameter with the animation event before. Okay, well, let's just put it in here and see if it works. Frame 21, heal wound, bullet? Sure. So hopefully we'll be able to send this parameter, this bullet, to the heal wound function. Okay. Okay. Here we are. Heal wound, heal wound. Okay, so this is where it gets called. And let's see if we can. Aha! Ooh, yeah, okay. So if command string. So this looks like this handles the argument they send it. If command string, then do that. Otherwise, let's halt the entire game. We're going to do a error. So what game local error does is it, so you have two kinds of debug messages you can do. You can do game local.warning and game local.error. Game local.warning just gives you a warning message. Error, however, kicks you out of the entire game and stops everything. And I personally think that if you don't stop the entire game and just give a warning sometimes, that kind of like lets the game just accumulate more and more data bugs. But if you kind of stop the game, then that forces me, the developer, to fix a thing before continuing. So I like using game local.error more nowadays. So then if we do have a string, then we want to let's just nope, there we go. I'm just going to do some debug right now. Okay, so what should happen is I should heal the, ooh, what's happening here? File def player 61 unknown command bullet. Oh. Huh. Alright, it doesn't like that. Well, let's try to figure out what's going on here. Let's try to get a breakpoint right here. Let's see. I think it's right there. Let's try this again. So if it hits this breakpoint, oh, okay, not the right place then. Let's try This one. Gotta be one of these. So we're hoping, I'm hoping it'll hit a breakpoint, and then we could use a call stack to walk backwards and find out what's going on. Else if token equals frame. Create a frame command. Looks okay. All right, so it must be. What is happening here? Else if token equals. AI no turn, no turn. So it thinks there's a new line that's starting right here. Okay, well, maybe my syntax is weird somewhere. Let's take a look at how this thing works. Sound body 3. Else if token equals sound body 3. Okay. So we gotta do some code stuff to read a parameter, sounds like. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's copy this and let's find our heal wound. Okay, so we're going to modify this. It's going to expect a parameter. Let's see, heal wound. Okay. Let's try that out. Let's see if it behaves better. Ooh, no. Missing AI heal. Okay. It's easily fixable. So we're missing a script call in the player script. All right, one more time. Hey, it runs. All right, let's try to run this button. Cool, great. So it is getting called and it is sending the parameter called bullet. That's awesome. Okay, so trying to figure out, should we send a parameter through a string or should we just use a number? We'll just use a string for now. Okay, so now we want to make a function in the player code to accept a function called heal wound. Let's see, where am I going to put you? I'm going to put you right here. void heal wound, and you're gonna take in a parameter of what wound to heal. Okay. Do that, and then in here, at the end of the file, we're going to add in a new thing. Void it player. Blah, blah, blah. And then we go back here, and we so now we could just call this heal wound, and we send it the parameter of command.string. Uh-oh. Id string is incompatible with blah blah blah. Let's try that. All right. Okay, so now we just need to get the name of the wound and compare it to see if it matches the letters B-U-L-L-E-T, and we should be able to heal a bullet wound now. I don't quite remember how to compare strings in C++. Let's see if we could find an example. ICMP. Let's try that. Let's string compare. Okay. Let's try that out. So hopefully it'll call this function and it will match up the string with bullet and hit this line right here. Hey, it works. Cool. All right. So now we just need to decrease the bullet wound counter. Where are you? There you are. Minus, minus. All right, let's try it out. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Hey, yeah, that works. So right when you pluck it out, the little counter decreases by 1. Yeah, we could work on the timing a little bit. It goes a little bit fast. Bullet. Let's try it right there. Frame 25. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Cool. All right. Let's check that in. Looks like it's working pretty good. Added to animation diff. And Okay. Oh, hey. Maclar is in the chat. So Maclar is Aaron Milcher, who does a bunch of really cool programming stuff, including a lot of porting work for Blendo Games things, including Quadrilateral Cowboy. And he is a cool dude. He says, "Yo, Brennan, did you ever wish that console text was smaller? Have you ever messed with it?" I have not messed with it. I don't know. It feels like a pretty good size to me. It's never really bothered me. It's helpful for me to have it a little bit bigger because sometimes I'll need to print messages on the game screen if I'm like trying to debug something. And so for me, it's kind of more helpful to have it a little bit bigger than normal. So yeah, it felt pretty good to me. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so one thing that we need to fix is that if you have a bunch of bullet wounds, right now it only just does one and then just stops. So what we want is for it to loop over and over and over again to heal up every bullet wound. But we also want it to be interruptible by the player if they need to fire a weapon or jump or whatever it is they need to do. So we need to do that also. Yeah, so let's go to the bullet wound thing. Oops. So it would have been faster for us to hard code the healing system to just have like an animation call that says heal bullet wound or whatever. But I think making a generic will. It took a little bit longer, but I think it'll help us in the long run to have this one centralized system that all the healing goes through. And it'll be good for the code base to make a little bit more, have less weird custom code. Okay, here we are. Torso heal bullet pluck. While wait frame. Okay. Play and okay. So I guess we got to. I guess we have to wrap this inside another while loop. Is that right? I'll make a little bookmark here. How are we keeping track of how many wounds the player has? All right. Well, I'm just making a custom function right here called get glass wounds. I kind of don't want like a custom code, a custom call for every single different kind of wound you have. But I also kind of don't want to mess up what I currently am doing. All right, let's see how this works. All right, yeah, well, let's just do a custom function. This is kind of like a bad way of coding, I think, but it'll work, it's fine. All right, get bullet wounds. Do that, then we go up here. Good. Oops. Okay. Okay. Condition. Bullet. Oh. There you are. Finish bullet wound. All right. So now I should be able to go here and throw you in there. All right, cool. So keep looping in this thing as long as get bullet wounds is larger than 0. Yeah, I guess that'll work. Or I hope it works. Yeah, heal bullet plugs false. Okay, so in here we want to be able to interrupt the animation. All right, let's see if this works. So we're going to give ourselves a pile of bullet wounds. And now we're going to see if it loops. It loops. It's a little bit. It's a little bit gross. Oh, you just keep raising your hand like you're gonna, in a very threatening way, toward yourself, I think. Cool, that works. Let's heal 3 bullet wounds. Let's heal 3 bullet wounds while running around. Let's heal. Oops, I gave myself too much bullet wounds. Let's do that. Let's heal bullet wounds while we jump up and down. Yeah, sounds good. Let's heal a bullet wound while we clamber up a shear wall. Okay. I'm wondering what should interrupt this thing. Brax2 says, it feels like a naked sock puppet biting the bullets out of you. That's great. Anton says, very Cobra-like hand movement. Peace Duster asks, what happens if you throw a bullet you pull out from yourself at an enemy? Yeah, someone from a previous chat suggested we should do like a tiny bit of damage, and I thought that was a pretty fun idea. And right now it does nothing. We'll need to hook something up to make it react. Yeah, I think it just kind of goes through them. Okay, feels good. Yeah, let's check in what we got. Now loops correctly to heal all wounds. Okay. Right, we want to be able to interrupt this animation. Let's look at, I think we're doing it Or I thought we were doing something like this in another part of the code. Don't see it. Attack held and start. Oh, I think I'm looking at the wrong part of the code, or part of the script. I think. There it is, script. Alright, let's just look for mention or where to attack things. Oh. Well, actually, let's just do this later. I need to set some stuff up before I make this work better. All right, we'll just do that later. That's fine. Brim of Obscurity says, it would be cool if you could distract an enemy by throwing a bullet you just removed from yourself. Oh, that's really good. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I think we could do that. Let me see. So... yeah, so when the debris bounces on the ground, we can make it do like a suspicious noise event. Projectile. Let's see. Is this where I want it? Nope. Okay. I think maybe right here. Splat is not null. 0. Okay, let's do some comments while we're at it. Make a little splat decal on the ground, but only do it once. Eric's Comics asks, do regular bullet casings do that currently? No, I don't think so. I don't think they do. Alright, so we're going to try to do this. Heal it up. Cool. Alright, so this is where the this is where the debris gets called in code when it bounces on the ground. How should we make this work? Well, let's just try this out. Let's see what happens. Brim of Obscurity says, I'd make the distraction event a deliberate separate action for the player. Otherwise, every time you heal, the enemies would swarm you. Yeah, I was thinking that also, but I thought this would be kind of fun to try anyways. Just for fun. Just to see what happens. Okay, there it is. Okay, game local. Okay. Suspicious noise, origin. What's the radius of this noise? Not pretty tiny. It's gonna be a low priority noise. Eric's Comic says, I'm imagining the player shooting a baddie on a high platform and a casing falling way down below, alerting another one. Eric's Comic says, that would give the pretty carpets a gameplay functionality also. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to put the carpets in. The carpets kind of came from the game Thief. So Thief has a lot of like castles and forts and stuff like that. And the carpets were kind of a big deal because you can move pretty fast on carpets and not make any noise. So it's always like a big, nice event when you see a carpet, because then you could be much more mobile. All right, so we're gonna heal over here. Nothing happens. Let's try healing over here. Oops. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. Uh-oh, got a little bug. Alright, there we go. So, I mean, it feels pretty good, I think. The person, like, right now, they look at things that are suspicious. So, we tossed the little metal bullet that was in our body, it hit the ground, and the person just kind of like went and investigated it. And then once they finish investigating, they'll do a 360 spin. So that worked out pretty well. That was pretty cool. Let's mess around with this guy some more. Let's heal my wound. What the hell is that thing? We should speed up that jump a little bit. Kind of weird looking. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's pretty funny. Thank you for that idea. That worked out pretty well. I was gonna... Yeah, we should probably like make this value modifiable through the data. That's fun. Derman Darble asks, what happens if you drop a bunch around him? Let's find out. Brim of Obscurity says, glad to help. Yeah, thank you so much for that. I think this will be pretty funny for players. Alright, so let's just throw stuff that was in our body around this poor guy. I feel bad for this person now. He's like, go over there now. Oh, it's too far. Yeah, the radius of this thing is really tiny. Well, I hope that answered your question. Just tormenting this poor AI. Oh, that's fun. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's do one more thing. Since we have the system where you kind of loop the animation over and over again now, what happens if I just make it rain on top of this person? Oh, I'm so sorry. Huh. Cool. Oh, you know what? We should. So right now it triggers on every frame that it hits the ground. We should probably add a delay so that it's not just constantly getting called. Yeah, let's do that. I think maybe that was why the AI was kind of like, their animation was kind of a herky-jerky. Yeah, let's add a timer. Suspicious noise timer. And I'm going to default you to 0. Where is it? There you are. If suspicious noise, wait, game local.time is more than suspicious noise timer, and do that. And let's have the suspicious noise get activated every half a second at most. Yeah. That should give it enough time to kind of settle down. Oh, you know what? Because it's set for all debris, I think this will just automatically make the shell casings triggered this suspicious noise event. Well, let's test it out and see what happens. Peace Duster asks, are blood pools decal enemies find suspicious? Right now, the AI only sees the player. I'll need to figure out a way to make them identify dead bodies and maybe decal and stuff like that. So, not yet. Okay. So let's try shooting this gun near him. Huh. So, shell casings. Oh my god. Yikes. Alright, so shell casings make AI suspicious. It might get weird because if the AI shoots a gun, their guns shoot out a shell casing, and the AI will get suspicious of another AI's shell casings. You know what, let's add a to-do note right here to see if to-do question mark. I think what we'll need to do is flag certain things to be suspicious or not suspicious. And I'm sure at some point we'll need to change that. Eric's Comics says maybe their search pattern could include some verticality. I like that they're dumb, but never checking slightly above them might be a little too dumb. Yeah, that's something I'm trying to figure out right now. Yeah, let me change this. Yeah, I mean, I think part of the trick of AI is to make them fun to play with. And I think that like having very set rules of can the player hide on a platform above the AI, and is that like a safe place for the player to be in, is something I'm trying to figure out. Like I feel that they should only look up, like it shouldn't be like a random chance, it should be a very specific conditions that make them look up, and right now I'm trying to figure out what those conditions are. Okay, so we added suspicious noise, what do we call this? Capability to the okay. Rail Visor says another option would be the caseless ammunition upgrade for your weapons. That's a good idea. Hayatal says this is a great opportunity to implement a mechanic where the player can catch a spent bullet casing before it hits the ground, like Leonardo DiCaprio does in the beginning of Inception. Uh, and he says, by great opportunity, I mean a lot of work for very little benefit. But it would be dope. It would be dope. You are right. I think that'll be fun to see. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what is the most streamlined way of doing that without requiring a new button or player input or whatever. Maybe if you're standing still and you shoot the gun, it just automatically does that. Whereas if you're moving while shooting, it'll just make the casing shoot into outer space. Ray Elvisher says maybe they only look up if they hear something above them. Yeah, so that's right now. That's how it works. Is if they hear a suspicious noise that's on a level above them, they will turn to look up. Anton says catching the hot casing also should make a hiss sound and cause a minimal amount of burning damage. That's fun. Alright, cool. I think we're going to call it a day for now. Cool. Thanks for all the fun suggestions in the chat. I enjoy checking them all out. And yeah, adding the suspicious noise flag to the shell casing was a really good idea. Thank you for that. I think it's going to be pretty fun to mess around with the AI or cause weird accidents for the player by making making a gross bloody bullet land in front of an AI and baffling them. Cool. Thanks all for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. I think we made a lot of good progress, and I am excited to continue with this next time. All right, see you all next time. Bye for now.